Hiya Hinsters, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome too. Please do subscribe to my channel if you want to support this astrological work, and give this video a thumbs up as well if you are so inclined. It's nice to be making another video and to be in touch with you again. I hope you are all safe and well. So we are, yes, in Libra season as I film, and we also are just coming off a new moon in Libra. So let's talk about that. By the way, I think some of us can benefit from listening to the Talking Heads song, This Must Be the Place. It's just a message I got. And I think in that we can reflect on, in Libra season, how it's about, I think, this year being content with where we are, not because it's all we know, but because there's still work to be done. There's still things to be really experienced and relationships to be respected. And in this retrograde season, it's not so much about racing forward anymore or racing ahead into brand spanking new things. It's much more about the shadow side of the astrological year, which Libra season always kicks off. Now, Libra season this year spans September 23rd to October 22nd, roughly. And it does begin with a sort of Kazemi baton pass, that's what I'm calling it, between the Sun and retrograding Mercury, where as the Sun enters Venus's temple of Libra, Mercury hops back out of Libra and into Virgo again. So we have Mercury going back into exaltation retrograde. Now, there are so many lessons to be had this Libra season, with the host of Libra, which is Venus, in its fall in Virgo. We have to work hard for blessings and for things we want to be blessed with so many retrograde planets as well on top of Mercury right now. It is not easy to be handed things that are desired, although I think it is clear to see that which we should be proud of if we can get over egoic pride or the obsession to perfect things and to see the blessings given to us almost half a year ago. Jupiter retrograde in Aries as well, which is the sign of the Sun's exaltation, and with the Sun then in its fall in Libra. It is, of course, a hot and hard time to break and to see the sort of, at the end of the day, good results, and to slow down again that need to jump ahead or to jump away somewhere. It's like having a lot of energy to give something fanciful or to give to something fanciful, but that energy actually needs to be given to finishing off what was started. And this is going to be a very frequent theme in the future videos for the next 6 months, of finishing off what was started, tending to, keeping. It's not so much an unfurling into the new as it is a sort of starting to wind in and to sort of sit on the eggs of life and experience, and to get into that ultimate Pisces season incubation for new year dreams. But that's quite a while away. But anyway, let's talk about Libra season in general. So this is the season of the divine instrument. It is the beginning of the shadow half of the astro year, yes, and it's an air season, and it's a cardinal air season. It's a season of karma. And Libra isn't simply a time of off with her head, though it can be for some people. It is often, however, more a time of being sensible and letting it dawn on us who and what our current affiliations are, and how we should respect and reciprocate these connections. The sun falls in Libra, the sun being the ruler of Leo, falling in Libra. There's a lot of similarities between Libra and Leo. They do sextile each other, but with the sun falling here in Libra, it's like sort of more like uncomfortable recognitions that are necessary. That's a lot of Libran energy. And if anyone has seen the Jeremy Kyle show, for example, or shows like that, Libra season, it's not so much about the scandalous verdict and the drama, having everyone watching, but it's more about the final question of, so what are we going to do to meet each other halfway? That's a very common Libra season thing. Are we just going to quit? Are we going to get into, or remain rather, in egoic spaces and dynamics? And there's always a giggle and a gossip in Libra season. It's an air season after all. And this is This is Venus we are talking about after all. But with Venus again in Virgo right now, it remains crucial to not overlook the foolishness that we can sometimes possess, which is judging others without looking at our very own situations. Libra is very often described as a mirror. It's like a shiny object. It's like a shiny cup. It's like a sword, a shining sword, Libra. And with all this mercurial Virgo retrograde energy this Libra season, there is a lot of friendly but firm plain as day demonstration. Libra season will often as well drag up a karmic compromise for us. Maybe we can't have this, but we will almost certainly have that. It's about growing up as well in Libra season, and also valuing the weight of our decisions. In my last videos, I talked about Virgo season and how it's sometimes about the anxiety of the choice, the spiritual accountant. And Libra season follows as a time of carrying the consequence of getting on with and also getting ahead. Cardinal, it's a season of leading with. It's always a good time in Libra season to write in your journal, to write things down, to, yes, like Virgo, to make lists, but make very decisive lists. So keep the lists very short and sweet. And I'm going to talk about this later, but yes, keep this list short and sweet now. Cut it right back, short and sweet. And it's also a time, I think, right now of reflecting on how opposite things went or are going, because we have this retrograde energy. There's a lot of rewriting and deciding what will be done hereafter. And in my early astrological practice, actually, and on this channel as well, I think, I have described Libra season as the red carpet season. It's a celebrity gliding by. There's bubbles, there's cameras, there's flashes, there's dozens of conversations in Libra season, and there's plenty of glitz and glam, and yes, romance. And being a light season, it is easy to be caught up in the superficiality and the intellectual romance of things. And it's so interesting that we start the shadow half of the year with a light season. Libra is often misunderstood or mistaken as a feminine sign. It's a masculine sign, actually. But it is, yes, easy to get caught up in the superficiality, shall we say, and the intellectual romance of things. It's easy in that Venusian way to say yes to things. Although with Virgo here peering over our shoulder more intensely this year, it's especially easy to say yes to things that we feel a duty towards. So it's not necessarily saying yes to so many just social things, but especially those things where we feel that duty, or where we have that anxiety about having to make the right choice. And I would say, if this helps sort of highlight your Tiger Year achievements, then say yes. But if this distracts you And if it may actually trap you in something tangly, I would practice that Libran polite declining of things. That's something Librans are very good at, and Librans often make the best conveners. But it can give us a big spiritual sickness in Scorpio season if we did not keep certain things fair and friendly, and if we misbehaved and said a little too much. So do beware of that sort of thing in Libra season. And the new moon in Libra then, which officially was just yesterday. You can check out my video on new moons and full moons in general if you'd like more of a background to this. But the new moon in Libra, it brings up a lot of this forward then backwards energy and illumination, with Mercury and Venus both conjunct this luminary cazimi, making us think twice about the sheen of new prospects and more likely to go back on our words. As a heavy karmic season as well, many of us will be prompted around this new moon to clear our conscience in some sense. This could be a trigger for conscience clearing. And as always with a cardinal season, to face karmic issues found in the house where we have Libra in our birth chart. So let me know in the comments as well where you have Libra and what kind of themes may already be being activated by this new moon for you. Anyway, Libra season is a bit like that adult energy of not wanting to know something, but having to confront it or deal with it, but also to do so in a delicate way that is gentle, graceful, smooth. This is Libra all over. And I feel from the beginning of October, more things will make more sense and certain steps can be more adequately taken, decisions more clearly made, and verdicts come through more concretely. In many cases, we have to accept something we don't like in order to later, perhaps or probably in Capricorn season, really get hold of something else, or to really feel that step onto something else, or to really have that medal in your hands if you're one of those people waiting for that moment. And remember, this is the start of the shadow half of the year, a period of beginning to finesse and of throwing out the last few old obstacles of the tiger year. Some of us might still be tripping over a couple of these obstacles, but overall, it's like just one or two things for many of us. And it's of beginning to really think about where we came from and why we decided what we did and what we are going to do about any instability or discomfort that is threatening our roots. I said this before on my channel, but in Libra season, are we writing it down? Are we putting pen to paper, spelling the things we want? Are we uprooting the things we subconsciously want to experience as spirits? And with the host of Libra, which is Venus, so fallen and back glancing this year, it is a little less glamorous than your run-of-the-mill Libra season. And it's more about groundwork and just doing it. Libra opposing Aries. It's a funny axis, really. And we've got Jupiter again in Aries. So there's lots of Aries Libra axis activation with a Virgo influenced Libra helping us put our healthy decisions first and be fine with not being so high if it means we remain, or we can remain, stable and embody a sort of Ace of Pentacles energy of something big is coming up. And we'll get to that in Scorpio season, actually, that exciting Björk sort of, what's the word? I forget the word, mysticized. I don't know what the word is, but like the word of something kind of cooking, basically, that feeling of something cooking about to, come to the surface. We'll talk more about that in Scorpio season. But, Libra, this is about great potential within our minds. Librans are incredibly, usually, great in the mental sense, in the decisive sense, and in the conclusive sense. And with the rabbit year coming up as well, next year in sort of February, March, now is a good time to start writing down 4 things. I'm going to say 4 things. This is the little list, that short and sweet list. Write down 4 things if you haven't already that you want to decisively do, not out of a simple newness, but in connection to your achievements thus far and purifying and perfecting and enhancing that glow of yours, that style, that fitness, and probably 4 things that involve some form of necessary disconnection or beheading off with her head of demons in order to save up or invest in that rabbit season burrow, which is about to come in the next year, that burrowing that we will land or fall ourselves in. So set a goal, but also remember to maintain fun and stimulation. This is Libra, this is Venus, this is the sun, planet of rejoice, but of course the sun and Venus are in their fall. Mercury is retrograde as well. Yes, it's a little bit more cut back. It's a little bit more minimalistic, perhaps for some, but set a goal and try to find the fun and the stimulation as well to keep that. And when you've set these goals down, be firm, be strict, and don't deviate. This is only, of course, for the people who, gravitate towards goals and that kind of thing. And try to spend the next 3 months focusing on these things and see what happens for you in Capricorn season. You'll probably have a quiet laugh of pleasure. Venus rules laughter, and just how this laugh at just how easy it is to manifest when our mind is put to sticking to a decision, Libra, but also being quiet and very psychic about it. Virgo season and all this remaining Virgo energy will almost definitely have shown us the remaining things we need to be rid of this year. And Libra is represented as an object. It's the divine instrument. It's like realizing some things from the everyday objects around you or in your everyday life. It's like having a cup that you waste time cleaning every day because you always leave a certain liquid or residue in it. You forget about it and you make it harder to clean later for yourself. But what if you just changed what you drank or what you put in this container? Would it make cleaning that container, that cup, easier? And also, with the liquid itself, or could the liquid itself be better for you? Is it giving you a bit more time in the day by making this change? Is it even making things more affordable by making this change? This is Libra mastering Virgo. It might not be about throwing away the cup and being miserable. It's about keeping some nice, beautiful cup that you might have invested in or whatever. But it's simply making that last little tweak once and for all and being happy and better off for it. And it's worth it. Libras know the things that are worth doing. And once they've decided those worthwhile things, they don't tend to fuss too much over the details. We are looking now, yes, at things that can be realistically completed and things that will last, and especially if they can contribute to landing our feet on something that has to do with legacy or saving or loyalty. Those things will really go far and really stick. And Scorpio season, as I said, will be here soon enough. And this is a sign which sextiles Virgo, and Venus, interestingly, rules sextiles. So there's something Venusian cooking and beautiful here about the little trims that we make now, or complete now, because I feel like some of us have already started these trims like a month or more ago when we had Virgo season and before. Yes, there's something Venusian, something beautiful, and there's this finishing up these finishing up 4 goals that we are putting into a constancy, goals that will make sense and help complete rather than complicate, something that our spirit really wants to experience in this tiger year leaping out, and something that our spirit wants to perfect as well in many ways, something that our spirit wants to master and then take forward and move forward with that Libran cardinal confidence and beauty and grace, and these goals that will make us stronger and more responsive and responsible to our karma. So that's all I have to say on this wee little video, and I'll see you in the next one. Please leave me a comment. I do respond to all comments, and let me know how you are faring with this beginning of Libra season, in this retrograde season, of course. Take care, stay well. And also, by the way, if you are a Libra Sun or Libra Rising, I do offer 50% off my rate for astrology readings and tarot readings as well. Just check out the description box below for more on that. And that is if you book during Libra season. And if you are a Libra Sun or Rising, you can get that discount. Okay, love you very much. Take care and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.